Hey, good morning. Before we get started, I want to give a video shout out to Leo Martinez. He's my first winner of my notification squad. Each day I'm going to be giving a shout out, if I can remember, to my notification squad winners. Those are those people at the beginning when I release a video that's shout out first, second, third. Whoever's first is going to win a shout out in my future videos. Okay, one shout out per notification squad member. So, you know, Leo, this is your moment to shine here. Congrats again, Leo. Good afternoon, Quadcopter 101 here. What I got for you today is a review of the new Hubsan H500 Desire. What is different about the H216A? Well, if you notice on its side of its arm here, it says Wi-Fi. And yes, this is a Wi-Fi FPV flyer. GPS quadcopter, but what's different than its predecessors, namely the X4 Desires that came before, the H502s, E and S, and the H507As. This is actually a little bit of each, but with improvements over each also. Okay, if you look at it, it's exactly the same body as the H502 series. In addition, you know, it's if you look at it from the front, it's just different color. But there are differences. This has a high voltage battery, 750 milliampere hour battery, 7.6 volt battery, 15C. It should give it more flight time than the H502 and also the H507. Now the H507A has similar capabilities to this, but it was limited by that little, I think it had a 550 milliampere hour battery. You only get about 5 minutes of flight time out of the old, well, I'm not going to say old, but the H507A. This one here should get more flight time, hopefully. Additionally, all those other quadcopters that I mentioned had 720p HD cameras. This has a 1080p camera. Finally, Hubsan's including 1080p camera in these little brushless ones. Or these brushed motor quadcopters. By the way, this is a brushed motor quadcopter, and I'm going to discuss that here shortly. There's very important things you need to watch with these brushed quadcopters if you want to fly them for extended periods of time. Now, this also comes with a controller, but this controller does not control the quadcopter directly. It connects to the X-Hubsan app via Bluetooth, and using the X-Hubsan app from your phone controls the quadcopter. So in effect, this controller does not control the quadcopter directly. It actually goes through the app, through your phone, connects to your phone, and then your phone is controlling the quadcopter. So that's kind of a strange way to do it. I'm not sure why Hubsan did it that way, because Bluetooth is operating on 2.4 gigahertz, which is the same frequency that your app is talking to the phone. So expect reduced range of controlling the quadcopter as compared to if you controlled the quadcopter directly with your phone. I need to bring that up right now because my particular controller does not seem to want to connect to the app. I think the controller's defective that I received, the one that I received, because I have seen another fellow who was successfully able to link his controller with the app. The problem I'm getting is when I, try to connect it with the app crashes. Again, another fellow is not experiencing those issues, so, I'm just thinking maybe I just got a problem with a specific controller that I got. But that is not a big problem in that I didn't want to use the controller anyways. Look what I brought with us today, folks. I brought my little Wi-Fi range extender amplifier, and I am going to be controlling this quadcopter directly through my phone, or actually through my phone, through this range extender. I'm going to connect to the repeater here, and the repeater is going to connect to the quadcopter, and hopefully we'll get better range, better Wi-Fi FPV from the quadcopter. So, let's see. I went over the big advantages of this. Again, it's the big advantages of this particular quadcopter as compared to the other little Hubsan brushed is that it has 1080p camera, has a much larger battery, should give it longer flight time. But again, it is a brushed motor quadcopter, and with that in mind, let me go over real quickly. With these little Hubsans, these brushed ones, you always spin these props by hand to look for any unusual resistance. If any dirt gets in the gears, and it can get in those gears very easily through these little vent holes on the bottom here, you will notice some resistance in the turning, some bumps in the turn. And those bumps, that resistance can damage your motors. Now, I'm still on the original motors with my Hubsan Desire, but I always make it a practice, and this is very important, to turn these props by hand and make sure that they spin freely like a pinwheel before flying. If you notice any resistance at all, don't fly. Pop these bottoms. You just remove these 2 screws and then put a little lever arm, a little screwdriver under this hole here to pry it out. It'll pry out. There's 2 little pins right there. And then get in there with a pin and go in between the teeth of the gears for these motors. You'll see them. They're little white plastic gears. And clean out any sand or dirt particles that may be stuck in between those teeth. So let's go for a flight of this thing and see how it performs. I'm going to hook up my Wi-Fi power bank and see how it works out. So hope you enjoy this flight. Okay, let's hook this up. The way I'm going to do it, first off, you need to connect the power to the battery. And there is no on-off switch on this. And with all these little Hubsans, there's a high-pitched whine. I don't know if you can hear it, but that is common. It's very high-pitched. A lot of people who listen to rock and roll will not be able to hear it. But those of you with sensitive hearing, you will hear that whine, and that is common with all of these. You know, that's just a design issue with that, with the little Hubsan H500 series and this H216 also. Okay, we are going to let its Wi-Fi power up here, and while it's doing that, I am going to plug in my range extender. Now, last night, I already hooked this up via the Mi Home app to make sure that this connects to that quadcopter. And what I'm looking for, there's a little orange light here. It's really hard to see in daylight, but it's going to turn, it should turn to blue once it connects to the Wi-Fi from the quadcopter. And I do have a blue light now, so this range extender is connected directly to the quadcopter. Okay, I have it connected there. What I want to do is raise this antenna up flat, like that. Okay, and now I am going to connect my Wi-Fi to the range extender. Okay, this is the X-Hubsan app, available on Google Play and iTunes, and it's set to H216A. And what I need to do first, as seen here, is the Geomagnetic Calibration. So we are going to rotate it like so, and then we got to rotate it vertically like so. All the Hubsans make you do this before you fly. And the next thing is we got to bind the aircraft to my phone, but keep in mind my phone's going through the repeater of the phone. It's going backwards the other way, and we're going to do the Geo Accuracy Test, and it's testing the GPS of my phone versus its position there, and it says it's good. Okay, we have 100% battery power on that battery. Now I'm going to switch into maps mode here. Now last night before I came out here, I attached my phone to the Wi-Fi, to my home Wi-Fi, and I scrolled around the local area where I was going to be flying using this app. And this app saves the maps into, let me turn that off here, saves those maps into the cache of the phone so it can download them later and use them when you want to go flying. And the first thing I want to do is try out this, Waypoint. I'm going to fly down about 300 meters out to that fork in the road there that you see right there and come back the other opposite road. So what I need to do is zoom out a bit so I can see all of the area that I want to fly to. And I do. Zoom out a little bit more. Okay, and then I'm going to hit this upper left corner here button there, and that selects the waypoint mode, following mode, orbit mode, or manual. The F there is manual flying, but we're going to adjust the map to proper size, and I got it set. And I'm going to select a pen, and I am going to draw the direction, and then I want to come down this road and then come back to us. And I'm going to submit. I think maybe I need to be in the air first. Waypoint radius is to see some waypoints. Retain and submit. We're going to do it. And send successfully. And next we're going to do takeoff. And I'm saying, yes, I want to take off. And before we go, I want to select camera, record. Recording is started. And we're going to hit, I believe, done. And it's better for you to keep it at minimum 3 meters in metric. And let me send it up a little bit higher first. Hit cancel. Send it up a bit higher by this way. Right about there. Okay, then going back to the map mode and hitting done and hitting OK. Well, it climbs automatically, I guess, to do this route. And let's see it do its route. I'm putting my glasses on so I can watch it. There it goes on its way. I'm going to the different waypoints. Now I'm looking on my map, and it should show where each time it goes to one of these waypoints where it's at. It's going to number 2 now. And then number 3 is pretty far out. Far out, man. And it's heading on its way to number 3. Now number 4 is out about 300 meters, so this will be interesting. Trying to keep an eye on it too while it's heading outbound. Again, I'm using this repeater here, and this repeater should be keeping me abreast of where it's at. Well, it's out there. Next it'll be going to number 4. Now each one of these waypoints, it stops for a second or two before going to the next. That's one of the limitations of this. I still got plenty of battery power, 85% battery power, so that new 750 milliampere hour battery is doing well. How's my FPV out that range? Oh, I got good FPV range. There's that 300 meter crossroads up ahead. Coming up to it. Taking my glasses off so I can watch it on screen. That's cool. And this repeater is working real well, folks. So, you know, this is one of those quadcopters you might consider using a repeater with to be able to watch where the quadcopter is going. Dang, that's pretty damn good that it made it out that far. 81%, and then it's going to go over to that other parallel road. There's that parallel road. It's going to stop there. And then it should turn to the left. Turn to the left. What's that movie? Raising Arizona. Turn to the left. Okay, come on, turn to the left. There it goes, finally. Taking its time. And then it should come down this road. Parallel this road here. Coming back toward us. I can't see it out there right now, folks. That thing's tiny at 300 meters. And it's in the sun, too, over there. But, oh, yeah, I'm still getting FPV video. FPV video feed on my phone. Coming back. I'm looking for it up in the sky. Listening for it, too. I see my car. We're 183 meters, 175 meters, so we're getting digital FPV, or digital telemetry info up in the upper left corner there. We're 30 meters up, 140 meters out, coming back at about 4.5 meters per second. This is working real well as compared to the 507A. The 507A would not let you do this. That, you know, it wouldn't let you go too far out. I see it. I see it now. It's coming in. It's hitting another waypoint. It should come right back to us. Hitting the next waypoint. Pretty dang cool, folks. Can you see it up there? Going to the next waypoint. And stop there. It's turning toward me. Coming toward me. Coming overhead. And is that the last waypoint? Yeah, that's the last waypoint. Let's see what it does there. Does it just stay there, or does it come back down again? Yeah, we're going to do a return to home and landing from there. Let's try out that return, automatic return to home and landing. Pressing automatic return. Let's see it do it from up there, from its last waypoint. I want to see where it lands at, folks. It's right overhead. And as it comes down, what I am going to do, it looks like it's a couple meters off. I'm going to take this and throw it right underneath. I'm standing where it took off from, but I don't want to get any dirt or sand in those motors. So we're going to place this underneath its landing position. Oh, perfect landing, huh? And I have 57% left. Power left. That was cool. I liked it. Yeah, this one's better than the 507. Okay. Next thing, this has follow me. Let's try that out next. So we are going to hit record again. We are going to take to the air, like so. Let's see, take off. Yeah, I want to take off. Yeah, I want some cheesy poofs. I'm going to step back a little here, right about here. And let me get a little closer to my car, actually. And then I'm going to hit following mode, and then hit OK. And is it going to follow me? Actually, is it going to go back? Go back! Go back! It's working! So that seems to be working also, folks. How about if I pick up speed? Come to me! Come to me! It's not letting me get up to it. Keeps running away. Okay, I'll go this way then. It's going to be following me over here. How about if I go over here? Bye-bye. So, oh no, yeah, this is a pretty reasonable little quadcopter. Let's come out and follow me right now. And try, or actually, I'm going to go up higher. So I got to hit these things here. Current Wi-Fi signal is weak. Actually, not really. It's weak coming from this, I don't think it is, because I'm using that extender. But from that altitude there, let's hit that rotate. And let's try that rotate mode. Orbit. Hit OK. Okay, orbit. And is it going to orbit me? I hope so. And there it goes. So yeah, this one here is reasonable, especially if you're using your phone directly or using a repeater like I'm using here, because you can get much greater range. Now that's a cheap little $7 Wi-Fi repeater, folks. That's available just about anywhere. I believe Me makes most of them. And you have to use their Me Home app to set it up. But when you use that Me Phone app, make sure you select that you're in China. Don't select that you're in the US or anywhere else in the world. And the reason being, you get more options that show up when you set up the app, like this repeater. If you just select US, this repeater does not show up in the app. Let me go over here and see if this thing is going to follow me while it's orbiting, or is it just orbiting in the central position it was located at when I selected orbit. And it appears not to be following me. It's just orbiting that radius there. I wonder if I can send it out farther by pulling back on the pitch stick. Will that increase the radius of the turn? There's my low battery warning, but does it continue turning? No, it does not. That seems to have broken it out of orbit mode. So I'm going to hit stop video right there. And how much is my battery power? We got 35%. We still got some battery power. Before we do anything, let me switch to photo. Take a couple photos. Come down a little lower. Right about there. Get some more photos here. Okay, and one final return to home. Go home. Go home, you. And again, I'm going to put that mat right under it. I better get over here. Because I don't want to get any dirt under it. And it's coming down, again, about 3 meters away. We'll put this underneath it to prevent dirt. No. Okay, let it stop its motors. So, okay. Now, remember what I told you, folks. Always, before and after every flight, spin these. Look, you're feeling for any unusual resistance. They should spin freely. No problem at all. I didn't get any dirt in those gears. So, let's unplug it. Hey, it's Quadcopter 101. I'm back again. I got one more flight of this thing. I forgot to mention, this can use the other Hubsan batteries from the H502 series, little 610 milliampere hour batteries. So I'm going to do another flight using my battery from my H502 E model in particular. Before we take off, let me start up. There we go. Startup mob is in so you can see the screen recording. And what I want to do this time, let me record video. What I want to do this time, folks, is I'm going to fly it using its controller only. So the first thing I'm going to do is get into the air. Now let's see how far out we can fly it before we lose reception. Okay, what's it doing there? That's a bit of a TBE there. I don't know if it took off in a breeze, so I'm not sure if that was the problem or not. It seems to be steady enough. Let's go up a bit higher. And flying outbound. And flying via FPV. Going outbound, folks. How far can we go? I'm going to step away from the repeater. Actually, step behind it. Going up a little bit higher so I can keep view on the quadcopter. Still going outbound. And we'll plop it right there for a second. Letting go. How far out are we? We're 105 meters. Go up a bit higher. How much power do we got left? 70%. We'll go up a bit higher. Go outbound. Heading outbound some more. Still got FPV. 130 meters out. 140. Still have FPV. Going up higher. Still have FPV. 169 meters out. 179 meters out. Still got good FPV. Going up higher to keep it above the mountain so I can see it. 210 meters out. Still going outbound. So this repeater works pretty darn well with this thing, don't it? 235 meters out. Still going outbound. Going up a little higher. 262 meters out, folks. I don't think the stock controller can send it out this far. Let's see if I can make 300. I'm going to stop at about 300 because it's getting hard to see. Getting real hard to see out there. 303, we'll pop it there because I'm just seeing a dot in the sky. Dot in the sky. We're going to do a return to home. And automatic return, takeoff point, okay. Come back home. Come back home from way out there, that little tiny dot in the sky. I still got FPV, folks, so yes, this repeater works very well with this cheap little $8 repeater. So keep that in mind. If you get one of these Wi-Fi FPV flyers, the ones that work on 2.4 gigahertz, you might want to consider splurging and spending an extra $8 to $10 and get one of these Wi-Fi repeaters, because you also need a power bank to power it, but those are only about $10 too. So it's coming home. I see it. So that worked very well. I still got a lot of power. I think I got a lot of power. 50%. Enough to bring it home. That's all I care. But yeah, that 610 milliampere hour battery that comes with the H502 series works with this, and there's plenty of those batteries out there, folks. If you have a hard time currently finding the H216 battery, I don't know if it's available yet, but there's plenty of the H502 batteries, and they're cheap. Okay, when this comes down, let's see how close it comes to its landing position. That's not very close at all. Wait a minute. Yeah, now it's getting closer. Let's see when it starts its descent. I'm going to stop the recording too. And I'm getting my landing pad. Coming down, coming down. I'm going to catch it. Ah, there it goes again. Oh, it's skidded in the sand. Please don't pick up any of that sand. There. Okay, as before, I'm worried about this one here. Always spin these. Okay, I'm good. But yeah, always spin these and blow it. I think I might have got a little bit of dust in there. I don't know, because I skidded along that sand. But that worked pretty darn well, don't you think? I was way out there. Final thoughts? Yeah, this is what the H507 should have been, the H507A. This one, with its bigger battery and its 1080p camera, is a better deal over the 507A. And it does work, as I demonstrated, with a repeater, a Wi-Fi repeater, if you wish to use it to get increased range. And again, my particular controller, Bluetooth controller, would crash the app. I don't know if that's my phone. I tried another phone and it did the same thing, but then my actual controller may be defective. So, hope you enjoyed this flight. This is Quadcopter 101 with the H216A from Hubsan. Signing out.